Yeah, so what I will do is that I will run this report and I'll check the existing quantity. Okay, and then probably what I'll do, I'll schedule this program called supply, so which will initiate an internal purchase requisition. Okay. So basically, there are certain rules that we should make sure. I mean, we should understand in replenishment. So, which is nothing but the process of refilling the items that went out of stock. Okay. So that is when I select it as sub inventory. So it is going to create a transfer order. So transfer order we will be seeing once we have done with this process. We will see what is transfer order. So transfer order is a process between transferring from one sub inventory to another sub inventory. So we will see that. Okay. And then we have organization. So which we created now. So that we are going to see now. So that will be created as an internal requisition. Okay. And then we have the supplier based replenishment. So what will happen in supplier based replenishment is that it will create as an purchase requisition instead of internal requisition. Because in case of organization to organization, so this is nothing but our intra transfers. So that we saw it as a manual intra transfer, but this will happen once this particular entity goes out of stock. Okay, so for those cases, we will have these things. So these are the three items that we will have to understand in terms of replenishment of items in an inventory org or SBU, sub inventory org. Okay. So yeah, I'll run this report, print minimum maximum. Okay, so here I'll not be selecting the master org. Instead, I will select the inventory organization that we created. Okay, so in this case, I'm picking this one first unit, that is MUR underscore planning. Okay, and here if you see, I have an option to sort out. So on what basis are the on what with what parameter I should sort out this, whether this is an out of stock or whether I should plan for the refilling or the replenishment. So in this case, we have four parameters. So either I can select based on buyer, category, item, or the planner. Okay. So what I will do is that since we created items specifically for this process replenishment, so what I will do is that I'll pick the item that we created for this. Okay. So that is AM 02, I mean 62. So let me give this item. Okay. And here the planning level, we have two things, either to use it at organization or the sub-inventory. So sub-inventory, we did not define it. So probably we will see it after completing this process, we can see that. Okay. So for now, what I will do, I will give the organization. So that is the one that we have defined. Okay. And then here, if you see the item selection, so how do I want to filter out the items? So whether it is based on the certain criteria, that is whatever has the maximum limit, or whether it's under the minimum limit, or probably I want to take it for all the items. So I'll just say it is for all the items. So if this particular item is falling under this criteria, which means under the quantity that is reserved, so that will fall under this particular report. Okay. Yeah, and apart from that, we have this option called whether I want to restock it. So probably this I will say yes, because I want to restock it. Okay. And then whether this is a new unreserved. So these are the basic information. So that we will say as yes. Okay. Yeah. So other filter criteria are there. So what I will do is that I'll submit this and probably I'll check in output. If I have the items in this particular unit, probably I'll make it 0 with a miscellaneous issue, and probably we will rerun this report and initiate the internal requisition. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now this is done. So what I will do is that I will check the output and yeah. So this is the report that we gave. Okay. So here we don't have these things. Okay, so probably I did not enable the interrupt parameters for these two units. Okay, let me complete the interrupt parameters and then we should be able to run the other parameter. But to give the high level inputs on this one, so this report will basically give us the basic information whether we have enough unknown quantity or whether we want to initiate this supply request. Okay. So in this case, we don't have the unknown quantity. So this is 0. And demand quantity is 1, which means available is -1. Because the reason it is saying 1 and the -1 is that when we are setting up this setup, when we are doing the setup, we said that minimum quantity that we will need is 1. That is the reason it is saying 1. So now what I will do is that I will set up this interact parameters and then we will rerun this report and we will initiate the supply request. Okay. Okay. So interact parameters we have seen already. So I'm just saying it again. So this will happen through transfer request basically. So here we have two types. So I'm just selecting the in transit. So the difference is that if at all I want to have the handling cost and the other things, basically are landed cost things, LCM. So I will have to select this as an in transit. So I have selected this as in transit. So since I have selected this as an in transit, I will have to give the reset routing method also. So I'll just pick the standard one. Okay, the other parameters are not changing it, so that is default options. Okay, maybe this is already defined. Okay, let me define the reciprocal of it. Okay, this is also already defined. Okay, this is already configured, so probably it is referencing to the master. Let me check once by running the report. Let me check once, and then probably we can check this configurations. Okay, again, the same thing. I think intra transfer between these two entities are missing. So probably let me do this intra between these two entities. Let me check if both the units have the sub inventory. So probably some cases it will happen that without SPUs it will fail actually to initiate the internal requisition. So let me check once if that is if that is there. Okay, let me create a new one. I think there is some confusion between the units in the master level. Yeah, this is the referencing organization. Or else I'll do one thing. Let me check this. Let's not waste time on this. Let me check this and probably we'll see. Probably tomorrow morning we will see on this one. So we'll move to the next topic and we'll see those details and probably after that I will show this one. Okay, so the next one is that we have the transfers. Okay, so we have basically the transfer orders. So this is where basically we'll do the transfer orders. I think I clicked this one. Okay. So what I will do is that I will create an transaction. So before that, I will just take a minute to explain this. So we have a transfer request and we have the issue request basically. So the difference what does this mean is that it is nothing but our SBU transfer when we say this is an transfer request. So how this will differ from yeah, so how this will differ from the SBU transfers that we saw in the earlier classes that so we have certain things that we don't have it in our SBU transfers. So wherein let's say I wanted to probably let's say I want to do an approval mechanism in between this. So I'll not be able to do the approval mechanism and the other details. Okay. But whereas if you see here, so under this particular option, even if I'll be able to set up the approval mechanism also. So that is the advantage of having this transfer. So apart from that, we have both the options. So either way, I can use this particular option. Okay. But usually, if we say when we say the manufacturing and these kind of industries, we will not use the SPU transfers. So instead, this will be a transfer request. Okay. So what I'll do is that I'll create one transfer request. So the moment we say this is a transfer request, so this number is automatically generated the moment request. So I'll just take a copy of this. Save this number. Okay. And then we have the request type. So this is requisition. So to have this transaction completed, we will need the purchasing or the config, I mean procurement configurations. So I think I have one for this unit called Metro Business Unit, which is a generic unit that has been used for other things also. So this particular setup should be there. So probably what we will do, so after creating this as a requisition, so we will take there and I mean we will not be seeing the configuration part, we will see the transaction and once we complete the inventory part, we will see those related configurations also. Because with respect to requisition, so this what you call the configurations are same irrespective of inventory or procurement. So the configurations are same. So now for now, I will just show these two things, only the transactions. Okay. So the item I'm using the same item. Okay. So if you see here, so here what I have selected is that, so this is between, which means, so this is an sub inventory transfer. So which means this is inside one inventory organization, I have two or more than two sub inventories. So in this case, what I have taken is that, sorry, this one. So in this case, I have taken MEUR plan as an the source and my destination would be it is 9656. Okay, so this is the thing that I have given. So this I have given it at line level. So if I have requirement wherein I might have or different lines, different source and the destination sub inventory. So I will give it here. So let's say I'm doing it only for one item or the one line. So I will give it directly here in the header details. So I can give it directly here. So most of the cases we will have at least 20, 30 lines. So that is the reason I'm giving here in the lines. Okay. So yeah, that's it. So I will just save and I'll click submit. Yeah, I think it is case sensitive. So that's the reason it didn't come. Okay. So this is pre approved and probably we can check in the requisition screen. Okay. Yeah, so this page, basically, let's say I don't want this to be moved, so I want to close this. So simply I can say whether this particular request to be closed, or I can close this particular line. Out of, let's say, 10 lines, I want to close one line, so I can close it from here. Okay, so yeah, so basically for the procurement part, so I will need few roles that has to be assigned to this particular person in order to do the requisition. Okay, yeah, so yeah, those two roles are basically we know that is procurement preparer and procurement approver. So we have both the roles. So what I will do is that I will search for the requisition details. Remove pending transactions. I think the unit is different. Let me check once. Okay, I think some procurement side configuration is missing, I believe. So probably that is the issue. Maybe let me check this. We will reconnect around 8:30 or sometime. Is that fine?
Okay, okay, Arun. Fine, no problem.
Okay.